Hello everybody, a couple months ago I did a video about my Megacon haul. When I went to Megacon and I got like all these autographs and stuff. And in that haul I didn't talk about 3 comics that I got sent to CGC, which I got graded. Well, 2 of the comics were shipped back to me. I finally got my 2 comics in the mail. I'm still waiting for my other one, which is Uncanny X-Men 101 First Appearance of Phoenix, signed by Chris Claremont, rather. I'm still waiting for that one to come in, but I did get my other 2 that I'm going to show off today, and as well as my other CGC books. I have all my CGC books in here. I don't have that many CGC books. I just started getting into CGC Comics about a year and a half ago. Before that, I was just collecting. But recently, you know, some of my key books I've been wanting to get CGC. I still have like a whole long box of, you know, books. Like this one right here. You know, this man, this monster, which is very valuable. And I want to get this CGC eventually too. But it's really expensive to get books CGC'd, especially older books like that. It's more. So, you know, I do a little bit at a time. So, right off the bat, I want to get and show you what I got at Megacon. And this is the 160 Death of Spiderman, Ultimate Spiderman. You see the yellow banner. It's, you know, signed by Mark Bagley. It's kind of difficult to get CGC signatures, because you have to have a CGC member there to witness the signature. And I wanted Bagley and Chris Claremont bad, so luckily I got there. As soon as it opened, the line wasn't long. I grabbed one of the members of CGC, had him come over, and quickly I got this signed, which, thank God, this is something I'm never going to sell. I'm never going to sell this one. And also, I got this one signed by Bagley too at Megacon and graded, which is the first Carnage of Amazing Spider-Man. So these are 2 books that I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to sell them. They're never going to go up on eBay. The Uncanny X-Men 101, when I get it, that's probably going to go up on eBay. To be honest with you, I bought that book a week before Megacon at my local comic shop with the intention of selling it on eBay once I get it signed and graded. I have no interest in keeping the First Appearance of Phoenix, but these books, you know, I'm glad I got. Well, which, you know, I got a 4.5 grade on this one, the first Carnage, which I kind of expected that, because when I bought this book, it wasn't in the best condition. But I mean, if you look at the book really not in that bad condition. You know, besides maybe a crease here and there. But this one will surprise me, an 8.5. This should have been easily a 9.0 to a 9.5 easy, because I never read this book. When the Death of Spider-Man came out, I bought like 3 different versions of it. I bought the white cover version, the blank cover, which I brought, but I didn't get Bagley to draw on it. I bought this one, the one still sealed in the bag. I bought another bag, one that I opened. And I read the one that I opened. I didn't read this. I look at it, you know, there's no creases, no anything. And I'm like, well, how did this get a higher grade? But, you know, I mean, 8.5 is still really good condition. And this is more of a sentimental collector's item. This isn't something that I'm going to be selling, like I said. So, you know, that's what that is. So let's get to the other CGC books I have. Continuing with the Signature Series. Let's go with the Signature Series. I have Invincible Number 32, signed by Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley. Ryan Ottley is my favorite comic book artist ever. I mean, I love John Romita. I love John Romita Jr., Miller. You know, there's tons of great artists out there. But right now, Ryan Ottley is my favorite artist. That dude can draw some serious shit. The way he draws Adam and Eve is fantastic. But You know, I seen this on eBay. I didn't get this graded myself. Seen this on eBay for 50 bucks. I was like, wow, it's signed by Robert Kirkman, one of my favorite writers. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite writers, besides Bendis. And signed by Ryan Ottley, a 9.2 grade. If you haven't read Invincible, you really need to read Invincible. I mean, it's fantastic. If you have an iPad, download the digital copies. I have the Ultimate Collection hardcovers. I have the trade paperback. I have the issues. I have pretty much every version you can find of Invincible. And it's fucking fantastic. I love this series. I'm so glad to have this CGC graded and signed by one of my favorite writers and my favorite artist. Keeping up with Invincible, I found this, which is issue number 2 Invincible. CGC graded, got a 9.6, which is near mint condition. And this is only signed by Kirkman. The artwork in this, in the early issues of Invincible, was Corey Walker, not Ryan Ottley. You can really tell that the style is like completely different. Even when Ottley took over the book after the first handful of issues, Ottley still kept that original Corey Walker style. It wasn't until like the 3rd, 4th trade where Ottley started giving it his own twist, which was fantastic. That's what we have right now. This Wednesday we have issue 102 Invincible coming out, and I'm going to be at the damn comic shop. Invincible is the comic to read. I can't stress that enough. But we got a 9.6 grade. I bought this on eBay as well. Signature series by Robert Kirkman, so that gives me 2 signatures by Robert Kirkman. Love this comic. Still looking for a graded issue number 1. Now we get to my Spiderman books, and it's not signed, but it's CGC graded. It's the first black suit in Amazing Spider-Man. I do have the original first appearance of the black suit in Secret Wars number 8, but it's not CGC graded yet. I have it in one of my long boxes in the closet here. But this is the first one in Amazing Spider-Man. And originally I sent this and 2 other books to get graded to test it out, see how long it would take to get graded, how much money it would cost. So I sent this and 2 other books. And the reason why I sent this, I'm like, well, this is kind of a this is kind of a relevant issue. It's the first time of the black suit in Amazing Spider-Man. It actually says right here, ties in with Marvel Team Up 141, first appearance of the black costume in Amazing Spider-Man, and it's an homage of the Amazing Fantasy 15 because it has the same layout as Amazing Fantasy 15, which is the first appearance of Spider-Man. So, and it's got a 5.0, and I actually thought this was a better grade than they gave it, but, I mean, because you look at the cover looks nice. But these books never come out of my closet. I have these in a box, and they stay hidden in my closet because you don't want the value of something like that to go down. And right here was the other book I sent with it, and it goes really good with my first appearance of Carnage I just showed you, and that's the first Venom, full first Venom, issue 300, really hard to get. I actually bought this comic on eBay, but it wasn't graded. I actually sent it out to get graded with the first black suit, and great book, got a 9.0, really good rating. So that means the money I spent on eBay was, the guy had a really good issue there. And right here it says Origins, first full appearance of Venom, Eddie Brock, Thing appearance, and the last black costume for, at that time, because they kind of got rid of the black costume at that point. And, they started developing that story later on. But, important issue. This comic, not graded, is you're going to be at least $100 to buy in this condition. Graded, this is, at least goes up at $100. Then we go to, this is not one that, I got graded. My wife actually bought me this for my birthday, and it's issue 59, first Mary Jane on the cover, graded a 7.5. This was back in, what year was this even out? Doesn't say the year it came out, but first Mary Jane on the cover. I think this is a 1970 or 1960 issue, so it's really old. And I really love this cover. And they had it at my comic shop for 50 bucks. But But I seen it on eBay for like $25 more. My wife bought me that for Christmas. So, and I have all the appearances of Mary Jane. You know, every single appearance she ever had, I have them. I don't have them graded though. Something I need to do later on. And finally, the coup de grace, is My Amazing Spider-Man #1, which I bought. And originally when I bought this, it wasn't graded. The guy I bought on eBay, I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for it. I showed this off one time before in the video. But, you know, but when I bought it, the guy's like, well, I just sent it to the CGC to get graded. And I was like, okay, so when am I going to get it? He's like, well, I'm not going to charge you for the CGC. You know, that was something I did on my own, but it'll be graded when you get it. So I got it a week later, CGC. It's only a 1.0. But, I mean, if you look at it, it's in pretty good condition. The only thing is, right here, the covers has a lot of chipping. But other than that, there's not that much fade on the cover. The cover still looks pretty decent. Right now, I got it in the bag. But if you hold it like that, the cover is still pretty damn good. The color still looks good on it. The whole full story, there's nothing missing on it. And yeah, so that is my CGC Comics. Now, if you're a comic book collector, it's a good idea to start investing in CGC because it's only going to increase the value of your comics. It's good to have comics that aren't graded, you know, but to have them CGC graded, it's a lot better. So, that's my CGC Comics. Tell me about your collection. Ask, you know, I'm here for volunteers. You know, if you have a question, you can write me, ask me in a comment, and I will answer. I have a couple people that contact me when they're looking to buy books, and they say, hey, is this worth it? Is this worth it? You know, if there's a book you're looking for on eBay, and you think, well, is this a fair price for this grade? Is it a fair price for this condition? Send me a message. I will talk to you, and I will let you know. So, that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Until next time, guys, I'm Storm Zing, and that's my opinion.